wrote a speech before, but I've added a few things. First of all, Maish asked if I'd do that talk last night, and he said, how much will you charge? And I said, nothing, so he said, I'll take 2. Okay. Come on, you can do better than that. I had a thought today, and that is that one of my favorite movies ever is this movie that's very similar to what's happened over the last few days. And by way of a quiz, I'm going to ask Ricky to play a song, and the first person who can tell me what the movie is gets a prize. Do it, Ricky. Not what's the name of the song, what's the name of the movie, which starts like this. It's about a group of friends who reunite many years later. No, not friends. No. Anybody heard of The Big Chill? Yeah. That's from The Big Chill, and I actually realized today unfortunately, The Big Chill is about a person who dies and all his friends come back for the funeral. The person who actually died in the movie was Kevin Costner, and they eventually just cut him out of the movie except for his wrists that had sort of stitches in, which was kind of disgusting. But I love that movie. I always have loved that movie, and I wondered what it would be like to have a kind of reunion where you just get back with your old chums and just spend a weekend together being yourselves with the people you know the best. And fortunately, it was for happy reasons that we had this reunion. Yeah. But for me, this has just been like The Big Chill. This has been absolutely wonderful. And so when I started writing the speech, I realized that this reunion was actually going to happen. I was going to see and spend a lot of time with people that I hadn't seen for ages. And I found an old picture from about 45 years ago of the Umgani Road gang: Herbie, Brian, Lawrence, Mark, and myself. Chaim was missing, Maish was missing, Hill was missing, and Bruce was missing. But I put that picture up we put it up on Facebook, and it created quite a weird sensation because we looked kind of very much younger. We had a lot of hair then. Yeah. Some of us still have hair at the back table, but some of us don't. But to my knowledge, there hasn't been any Emmarentia or Greenside High School reunions as there are with other schools, or maybe I just wasn't invited. But that would have been a more realistic idea. So I was thrilled when Herbie started the Memories of Emmarentia Facebook group, and I watched as the number of people joining and contributing to that group began to grow radically. And this was social media at its simplest, a place where we could all meet and talk and catch up. But then someone, I'm not sure who, started talking about an Emmarentia reunion. And when I first heard about that, I thought it was unrealistic. Look, I understood there was a group of us who had grown up together, and we were about to turn 65 together, and they'd be lucky if the group could find a place to meet and celebrate. But when it turned into an Emmarentia reunion, the negative factors were many. For starters, Herbie and many others were from Greenside, which would immediately disqualify them, except for the fact that Herbie couldn't be left out as he organized the whole thing. So Greensiders were to be included. Then there was the problem of those who didn't go to Emmarentia Primary School, and there were those who went to Greenside High, Parktown, Roosevelt, etc. Then there was the obvious issue of age groups. Should this just be restricted to certain age groups, I wondered. All this convinced me that it was best an unworkable idea. But then Herbie, who had this bright idea, abdicated his responsibility to organize such an event. And for a while it was just a dream. But then in stepped Maish, living in California. And as he explained to us last night in his inimitable way, within a short time he had decided to do this, how to do this, where to do this, and when to do this. And slowly the numbers started to grow of people who were interested. So they put out on Facebook, they said, where should we have this? So I thought it should be held in Emmarentia, with us putting up tents on the school oval, using the school hall and toilet facilities. And if not there, then maybe on Marks Park. I thought we could put up a big tent, and Lawrence could organise walking tours to everyone's old houses, the dam, the shops, etc. Yeah, well. Fortunately, the vote was for Cape Town, and that made it very easy for Lawrence and I, but not so easy for others all around the world. But here we all are. Well, not all of us. Some people had to leave, unfortunately, but the core is here. And I don't think there's one person here who regrets coming. And when the pics and the films and the comments start flying around, I'm sure there will be a lot of people who would have reconsidered had they known what they were going to miss. But hindsight is 20/20, ironically, as we've seen all over our branding. And sometimes you've got to do the thing instead of thinking about doing the thing. We all know how this incredible journey called life ends. So if you're going to kick a bucket at some point, you might as well have a bucket list, right? And this has been a wonderful few days. And maybe we can do it again in the next few years, and then everyone can come, because I know I will. We all have our own inner child, and all our inner children grew up in those two little northern suburbs that no one else ever visited unless they were passing through Judith Road on the way to West Park Cemetery. It was kind of a ghetto, the best kind. So we were kind of cut off and isolated, and we had that kind of mentality which never went away. I still dream about Emmarentia. The shops, the dam, the library, the shul, Marks Park. I actually wrote a little limerick which I put up, but I just thought I'd share it. They had a limerick competition once in the Star. And my limerick said, Barry Herzog Avenue does divide. Emmarentia from Greenside. You can take a piddle standing right in the middle, but no one from around here has tried. I thought it was good. My wife was good. Thank you so much. But we're all soon going to be heading off back to our normal lives, our spouses, our partners, our children, and our families. But man, it's going to take a long time for the memories of Emmarentia reunion to fade. And I'm sure the Facebook page will continue to reunite us and many others who shared a common upbringing in this corner of Johannesburg. The friends you make when you're young are your best friends you ever have. No matter who you are, no matter who you'll end up being friendly with, your old friends know you're the best. Share your earliest experiences and become like family. Tonight I feel like I've strengthened bonds with many of you that will last me forever. And also this has been an opportunity for many who left South Africa to get a taste of what it's like living in South Africa now. There is still the ongoing I'm staying, I'm leaving debate. People arrive, people leave every day. But for those of us who stayed and have weathered many of the storms and problems that happen often in this country, I don't know what the best decision is. We make our choices, as Maureen said, and we live with them. And I hope that whoever you are and wherever you live, your lives are happy and safe and pleasurable going forward from this moment. So all that remains is to pay a lot of credit to those who worked to make this happen. I want to thank Lawrence Dawkin, who stepped in when this was first mooted. And he suggested Monkey Valley, which was a fantastic idea. And he acted as the Cape Town person who handled all the local logistics and the pledges, honestly.
Haven't spent all the money yet.
I want to thank Martin Herr, and especially Martin, who is a little older than us. And it's been really good to get to know Martin. And from all of us, I want to thank Martin for his incredible generosity in making this happen. I want to thank everybody at Monkey Valley, Mireille and Jones, Milton and all the staff. And we've got a little something for you. Where's Mireille?
She's here. I'm having my wine.
Well, Mireille, I've got a little something for you. The card reads, Dear Mireille, thank you for the excellence. Let me start that again. This handwriting is not so good. Thank you for excelling yourself in the wonderful reunion events you created for us. Your dedication and attention to every detail being perfect and so appreciated. With love from the 2020 reunion group.
Thank you.
And may I say that it's been wonderful getting to know you, and you've been hanging out with us, you and Honey, your dog. It's been a very special part of this. And we've actually got a little something for you.
Have you? Another dog?
Got a cat.
Oh, wow. Oh, how lovely. That is so, oh wow, guys, thank you.
Thank you. She loves
I've
flowers.
never hugged a sugar man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I just say something? It's
Sure.
been very special for me as well. It's been a journey. It's been a pleasure. It's been very special working with you and to meet your family. And I've just got to know everybody, and it's so special. And maybe I'm a little Emmarentia girl.
You weren't born at the Oxford Maternity Home, right? I'd like to thank Maisha's kids, Galia and Hershey, who've been here with us. I know it's not really your vibe, but you've been wonderful around, and I know you put in a lot of work to help do all the registration. You packed all the bags,
She worked
handled all the IT and the music. Thank you, Hershey. Thank you, Galia. It's been wonderful to get to
Well
know you.
done,
Really.
girl.
I want to thank Maureen
I didn't
and
even
her
know.
assistants, her assistant Charlotte, who we saw on the TV earlier, for all the wonderful, for your contribution, for your generosity, the books, the pens, the private label wine, and also a little special gift she gave us all in our bags for the men. It's interesting, Viagra, because I do some work at the old age home nearby me. And what's interesting is that they give the guys there Viagra, I don't know if you know that, but the reason they do is just so that they won't roll out of bed.
Funny.
Thanks. Then, of course, the two most important people I want to thank. The first is Maish Klein, who just used his phenomenal organization skills and his determination to do this. I don't know who Helen Wynn is, but we actually saw her tonight. I thought she was going to pop up here tonight and just appear because she's kind of been hanging around in the background the whole time. Unfortunately, she's across in America, but I want to thank her and Amy and Ashley and Marissa. Morris's staff, who just together made this whole thing really happen so fantastically. So wherever you are, thank you so much. And thank you, Maish. I have no words to thank you for what you've done, really. I'm speechless. What you've done, what you've put together. A round of applause. I think a standing ovation for Maish. Really appropriate. Thank you, Maish. So Maish brought some, I didn't know he bring his kids, he brought some friends. Ron and Esty, Nick and Bill. I don't know why you're coming, I know now. It's been absolutely wonderful having you with us. I know it's been a bit esoteric, but you've weathered it and handled it well. And it's really been absolutely lovely getting to know you. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Please come to the next one. And I also want to thank every single person who came here on this. Some have left, some of you are still here. Each and every one of you is special and has made this unbelievably special. I'm very emotional. I'm going to just try and get to the end of the speech without embarrassing myself. But thanks, Esty. This has been an absolutely wonderful thing. And I mostly want to thank one more person whose vision, whose humor, whose determination, dreams, and talent ensured this would happen. And I realize now, as with Maureen, that the staff at Emmarentia Primary School knew exactly what they were doing when they chose Harold Jackson as head boy in 1965. Boy, you take your duty seriously. And also thank you for being the mashgiach, for having this wonderful kosher food for us. From Goldie's, as a little word of an advert. But little did they know how seriously Herbie would take on this responsibility. But if you knew Herbie's parents, you would understand. His mom, Ginny, was a straight-talking woman with a heart of pure gold. And his father, Sami, He ran the Hebrew Kaddish in Johannesburg, which is the burial society, for most of his life. A difficult job that he did with his calm and unflappable demeanor. He was a true saint, that man, if you ever knew him. And I have no doubt that they would be so proud of their son's achievements now as they were when they were alive. So, in conclusion, I want to say the biggest thank you I can think of to Herbie and Maish, from the bottom of Hill Road to the top of the Brixton Tower, and from the bottom of our hearts to the top of our memories. Herbie and Maish, on behalf of everyone here and many others around the world, we thank you.
Thank you.
And in conclusion, may I say, God bless our way of goodwill.
Yes.
Emmarentia.
Amen.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Fine.
Cheers.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.
Cheers.